Good day, everyone. My name is Giselle Catubay Galiana from BA Ed 2. And my topic for today is all about Republic Act 6728, Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education Act. An act providing assistance to students and teachers. Section 1, title, This Act shall be known as the Government Assistance to Students and Teachers in Private Education Act. Section 2, Declaration of Policy. It is declared policy of the state in conformity with the mandate of the Constitution to promote and make quality education accessible to all Filipino citizens. The state also hereby recognizes the complementary rules of public and private educational institutions in the educational system and the invaluable contribution that the private schools have made and make to education. Section 3, Criteria for Assistance. The programs for assistance shall be based on the set of criteria which shall include, among others, tuition fees charged by the schools, the socio-economic needs of each region, overall performance of the schools, the academic qualification and financial need of the students, as well as the geographic spread and size of the student population. Section 4, Forms of Assistance. Assistance to private education shall consist of tuition fee supplements for students in private high schools, including students in vocational and technical courses. High school textbook assistance fund, provided that students in public school shall be provided a comprehensive textbook program under the Secondary Education Development Program. Expansion of the existing educational service contracting scheme. The voucher system of the private education student financial assistance program. Tuition fee supplement to students in private colleges and universities. Education Loan Fund and College Faculty Development Fund. Scholarship grants to students graduating as valedictorians and salutatorians from secondary schools. Section 5, Tuition fee supplement for students in private high school. Financial assistance for tuition for students in private high school shall be provided by the government through a voucher system in the following manner. Second, assistance under paragraph, subparagraph, and shall be guaranteed, and tuition fees under subparagraph may be increased on the condition that 70% of the amount subsidized allotted for student tuition fee or the tuition fee increases shall go to the payment of salaries, wages, allowances, and other benefits of teaching and non-teaching personnel, except administrators who are principal stockholders of the school, and may be used to cover increases as provided for in the collective bargaining agreement existing or in force at the time when this act is approved and made effective. Section 6, High School Textbook Assistance Fund. There shall be established in the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports a high school textbook assistance fund so that an assistant on a per-student basis shall be given to private school charging less than 1,500 pesos for 1988-1989 per year, or such amount in subsequent years as may be determined from time to time by the State Assistant Council, exclusively for the purchase of high school textbook in support of the implementation of the Secondary Education Development Program. Section 7, Expansion of the existing educational services contracting scheme. Section 8, Assistant to college freshmen. The voucher system of the private education student financial assistance program. Tuition fee waiver Allowance of valedictorians. Section 9. Further assistance to students in private colleges and universities. For re-enrolling students in priority programs in the school, charging an effective per unit tuition rate of 80 pesos or less per unit or such amount in subsequent years as may be determined by the State Assistant Council. For students in school, charging an effective per unit tuition rate for more than 80 pesos per unit or such amount in the subsequent years as may be determined from time to time by the Senate Assistant Program. School with accredited programs charging a tuition rate for less than 80 pesos per unit or such amount in subsequent years as may be determined from time to time by the State Assistant Council. Government assistance and tuition increases as prescribed in the section shall be governed by the same condition as provided under Section 5. Section 10. Consultation. In any proposed increase in the rate of tuition fee, there shall be appropriate consultation conducted by the school administration with the duly organized parents and teachers associations and faculty associations with respect to the secondary schools and with student governments or councils, alumni and faculty association with respect to colleges. Section 11. Educational Loan Fund. Study now, pay later plan. Amounts covering payments for tuition, matriculation, and other school fees shall be paid directly to the school concerned. Any loan guarantee under the section shall be paid by the student or debtor after he has finished the course or profession for which the proceeds of the loan was expended, but only after of 2 years from the time he has acquired an employment. Social Security Fund. Section 12. Limitation. The right of any student to avail himself of the benefits under this Act. Section 13. College Faculty Development Fund. For the purpose of improving the quality of teaching in higher education, there is hereby established in the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports a College Faculty Development Fund to provide for scholarship for graduate degrees and non-degree workshop or seminars for faculty members in the private colleges and university. Section 14. Program Administrative Rules and Regulation. The State Assistant Council shall be responsible for publicity, assistance, and direction. Section 14. Program Administration, Rules, and Regulation. The State Assistant Council shall be responsible for policy guidance and direction, monitoring and evaluations of new and existing programs and promulgation of rules regulation, while the Department of Education, Cultures, and Sport shall be responsible for the day-to-day administration programs implementation. Section 15. Section 13. College Faculty Development Fund. For the purpose of improving the quality of teaching in higher education, there is hereby established in the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports a College Faculty Development Fund to provide for scholarship for graduate degrees and non-degree workshop or seminars for faculty members in private colleges and universities. Section 14. Programs Administration Rules and Regulation. The State Assistant Council shall be responsible for policy guidance and direction, monitoring, and evaluation of a new and existing programs, and the promulgation of rules and regulation, while the Department of Education, Cultures, and Sports shall be responsible for the day-to-day administration and program implementation. Section 15. Appropriations. The appropriation of the Department of Education, Cultures, and Sports authorized in General Appropriation Act for fiscal year 1989, Republic Act No. 6688, implementation of program for secondary education, implementation of program for higher education, implementation of free secondary education shall be reduced as far as practicable on the proportionate basis by region to provide funds for the requirement of this act in fiscal year 1989. The amount of assistance on a per student basis as determined under Section 5 and Section 9 of this Act shall remain the same for the subsequent years unless Congress provides otherwise. Section 16. Penalties. In case of any violence of the provision of this Act or rules and regulation promulgated pursuant thereto by an institution, the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports, upon the recommendation of the Council, may bar the institution from participating in or benefiting from the programs of this Act, and from the other programs of the Department without prejudice to administrative and criminal charges as may be filed against the school and or its responsible officer under existing law. Section 17. Repealing clause. All laws and decrees, particularly Presidential Decree number 932 and 1371 and such letters of instruction, rules and regulation or parts thereof which are inconsistent with this act are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. Section 18. Separability clause. In any provision of this act, it's declared unconstitutional, the same shall not affect the validity and effective of the other provision not effective thereby. Section 19. Effectively clause. This act shall take effect immediately upon its publication in English in an English newspaper and in Filipino in a Filipino newspaper, both of general circulation. It is approved on June 10, 1989. And that is all for my report for today. And have a good day and thank you.